All right, we are recording.
We are
Let's see if I can get
recording.
Jay in.
Cool.
Looks like we can get Jay in as well. All right, let's add Jay. There we go, Jay.
We got it.
We got it.
I don't know how we did it, but we got it.
Uh-huh.
We got it. We got it. So thank you
Nice.
guys for coming on to Tech Trapper Live with, of course, me, Aaron Reed, and the Dominique Danielle. So today we have Jay, not the professional, who is a professional, and
He
we
is a
have
professional.
Dave of Tablet Tech. So how you guys doing today?
Good.
Yeah, it's been a fun weekend. I've been working on this project for about honestly like a day and a half. I thought this was going to take me a lot longer,
Hmm.
and it ended up way quicker than I expected. But yeah, it's been good. How are you doing, man?
I'm doing good. Dave, how you doing?
Oh, lost you.
Uh oh.
You lost me?
Yeah,
Wait, am
there
I
you
back
go. I
now?
can hear you again. I heard you say my name.
Yeah, I don't know what happened.
Mm, what is going on?
I
I
can
don't
hear
know.
now. I can hear now.
Oh, okay, okay.
Yeah,
So how
it's
you
good.
guys
Okay.
doing today?
I'm doing
Yeah,
good.
good.
I had a 4-day weekend.
I did too,
That's
Dave.
amazing. I love that.
Yeah, I did too.
Is that
But it's back to work tomorrow.
Yeah.
is the 4 day weekend the reason why you have to wake up at like 4 o'clock in the morning?
Yeah, so tomorrow is back to work. I was off Friday through Monday, and it's back to work tomorrow. Yeah, I have to pay for all the time that I've been off, and I have to get caught
Yes,
up.
exactly. Okay.
There, there is no
Um,
time off. It's just
so yeah.
deferred work. Yeah.
Yes. That's that's
So Jay,
bleak,
you
but I
have
like it.
some
So yeah. Um,
some wizardry that you're going to show us tonight with the Boox Handwriting Search. Hello?
the last time I did this, I think it had some kind of heart attack. We'll see if what happens this time. Um, okay. Let's see. So does that work?
No, I don't see anything different. I see you.
You see me? Okay. Do
And
I have to hit this? Is that what
and
happens?
there and Aaron, just so you know, I can only see you and me. I can't see Jay at all.
Uh-oh.
Oh, that's weird.
Now we see everyone on the screen.
Okay. I don't think I've used this eCam system before. Is it like is it the one you usually use for the regular Tech Trapper lives?
Yes, sir. It's the one I usually use.
Okay.
Let me see, make sure there's something on my end that I can assign. Hmm.
I also don't see Dominique. Is she also on the stream? Or I don't see David either.
Yeah. So Christina says she sees all
Uh,
four of us.
so,
Huh.
huh. That's weird.
Hello, Christina and Robert and Dominique.
So we all
This is
see.
fun.
Oh, is that your screen?
Do you see like a Onyx display with like a Google keyboard? Because yes.
Yes.
Okay, cool. And now I hope this updates. Does it now just show my home screen?
Yes.
Should. Okay, good. Perfect. Okay, so
Hold
this
on
is
right
working.
quick. Hold on right quick. Let me see.
Okay.
This is new for me. Okay.
Ah,
All right. We're getting there, guys.
we are.
Okay.
I mean, I think we have all before that this can be a capital P process. So
Okay. Jay, whatever you
yes,
screen shared is on the stream. Can you confirm that, sweetie? Yes. So whatever you screen shared, Jay, is on the feed, is on the screen.
Brad. Okay, so uh, yeah, so I think we've all seen what happens when you try to use Onyx's built-in handwriting search, which while it will find things eventually, it is also like glacially slow, right? Like
Hmm.
if we go in here and we go into search and we look for a word like let's see, I'll try Cambridge. See how fast that pops up. I don't know how fast that's going to go. Okay, so it's already not making me a liar because you can see there should be multiple references to this word in my notes. And so I know this word is there, right? But this is already, it's just saying searching dot dot dot, right? And it could take maybe the entire length of this conversation before it returns a search result. Because so what I've learned is happening in the background with this thing. And this is, by the way, this is on Tab Ultra C Pro, right? This is one of the 3 fastest e-ink devices ever built. Tab Ultra C Pro, Tab XC, and Note Max. And so you can count on this being reasonably quick for most stuff. But every time you run a search, instead of referring to like existing, um, like an existing index of all of the stuff that you've written before, it builds it fresh every single time, right? Which is goofy. Like, number one, why do they do it that way? Number two, it's like super slow because you have to go through this process of looking at words over and over again inside the system. And this is one of the fastest ones that you can get. So like you would expect it to be as fast as it's going to get, right? Like so,
Hmm.
but this is what we get, right? Like this word Cambridge, we can't see in this in the Boox regular handwriting search. Okay. Um, it's extra weird because like all of the stuff that they would need to be able to make this faster, to have like a persistent index that like all you got to do is search through it once, it writes down, okay, Aaron talked about this character named Bob in this script, right? In these 5 notes. Like it could keep track of that information. It just throws it away, which is, it's like all of the stuff that you would need to be able to keep track of it long term is there. They just never connected it. I don't know why. So the only thing I really did when I wrote this other application is duplicated what the Onyx built-in search does, but it keeps the indexing info. So we'll come out of this, right? And we'll go into this application power search. Okay.
Hmm.
So here, so I'm actually having it rebuild the index right now. So you can see what's happening and how quickly it goes through it. So everything that you see there is a page, right? So it says at the top 2561 of 11,986 pages indexed. And it's already gone past that a little bit, right? And then underneath it says indexing, 2598 out of 11,986. So it's like it's going through this slowly. So when you put this search on a new device, you do this once. So you run this search on a Tab Ultra C Pro. It takes about an hour, maybe a little bit more on my number of pages. On like a Go 10.3, it would be significantly slower because that's just got a slower chip. So it might take, I don't know, 4 hours, 5 hours, something like that. So
Hmm.
that's why I was saying earlier, you would plug your device in, right, and then start this application. Maybe like turn your power management off so it doesn't turn the screen off, and then just let it go for like 5 hours or however long it takes. because once you do that once, then you can refer to this search index forever after that. Every time you add a new note, you just hit, you know, resume index or whatever the button. I forget what I call the button, but there's another button you hit that just like adds all of the new stuff into the index, and now you can use those. And that takes like 5 seconds, right, or less. So I've got roughly, I don't know, a fifth, maybe a little bit more of my notes index now. So it's still going, but we'll see what we can find. So if I put in Cambridge like before, right, and I hit search, let's see what we come up. Okay, so there's a ton of stuff in here, right? The reason why we're seeing all of these things here is because the word Cambridge is actually in the title. But if I pick maybe, let's see, something where it is not in the title, maybe I didn't do that. I try it this way instead. Yeah, there we go. So I knew the word Hammerspace is in a note somewhere. That's the name of a storage company. So I typed hammer and I hit search, and then I get this one result that says this, right? So it's like this is the title of the note. Now if I tap this, it goes directly to the note. Boom. So all you got to do is build that index once, and you get access to, as long as the handwriting recognition can pick up the word that it is you want to search for. Basically, like your keywords are obsolete. Like you can still search for them; they'll come up because they're keywords and they're in there. But you can type any word that it can read, that the Onyx handwriting recognition can read, and now this is going to find it for you. So my hope is that it's going to be really, really useful. So Christina, that's a really good question about, does it only search notes or can it search every single document? You can have it search every single document. You can have it, because right now, so it turns out, so I was wrong. I was big time wrong about something. I thought that all of the data for the Notes app was like private to the Notes app, and only the Notes app could see it or read it or do anything with it. That turns out to be super wrong. So all of your notes data and all of your NeoReader data, like if you write in a book, a PDF or whatever, all that stuff goes into a folder on your tablet's like regular accessible memory SD card, and not like physically an SD card, but it goes into the directory called SD card. This is like an old Android thing, but so it goes in there, and it's in a hidden directory called .ksync, and you go in there and you see there's a whole bunch of database files, and all you have to do is read the database files, and that's how I'm building the index.
Okay.
So yeah, you could set this up to search NeoReader annotation. In addition, yeah, it's got separate searches for notes and docs. You can do that. This actually doesn't have the NeoReader database add yet, but I'm gonna add that because there's no reason not to. But this took me like maybe 6 hours to get to like a point where it could return search results, and that was all using a combination of Claude AI and like a set of instructions that basically make it much better at like not getting lost and doing hallucinations and whatever. And then it's a matter of like going over it and being like, okay, we want to change it this way, we want to make it work this way, we want to make this change, whatever. And then you go through the number of revisions that you need to go through, and then you get yourself really usable software, which is awesome. So I just want people to know like this kind of stuff is possible. Like you think of something, you can probably build it, which is very cool.
So how do you so how would I load this, or how would I use this with my 10.3? And is this exclusive to books, or is this something you can use for Supernote, iFlyTech, AI paper platform, either platform?
So this particular application is exclusive to Boox because it actually uses like the Boox database. It uses your Boox database in order to do the search. I have something already built for Supernote actually, but you have to use their private cloud server. So
Okay.
if you use private cloud, you can have this plus a bunch of other stuff. And the thing is, like, Supernote is already kind of good at doing this kind of handwriting search, except the problem is that Supernote's handwriting search is definitely not as good as Boox's for some reason, even though they're like the same software underneath called MyScript.
Hmm.
But the I found a way actually to basically you can have the software do like a call out to like another system for doing handwriting recognition. So you can have so on Supernote. So Aaron, you've been using the Manta for a little while now, right? Do you usually start a standard note or do you start a real time recognition note when you start writing?
I've been starting the real time recognition note.
And how's it been reading your handwriting?
It works fine.
Really?
And I write bad, so sometimes it doesn't get the U or the S.
Hmm. Hmm.
It'll turn into like a
Okay.
V or a symbol.
Okay.
But it's
So
not as good as Books, and it's not as good as Remarkable.
right. I feel like Boox and Remarkable are maybe like on the level with each other, right? Is that roughly accurate?
Probably so. What do you think, Dave?
Well, so Remarkable's behind that paywall, and it's using, it goes off and bounces off a server. So I think you're getting better recognition on Remarkable than you are on Boox. It's certainly
Hmm.
faster. I sent you guys a demo earlier today
Hmm.
showing you how fast that is with Remarkable. When you're typing your search term, so for example, in the video that I sent over, I was searching for the word Supernote because I've got it all throughout my notes. I was typing the word Supernote, and as I typed the letter S-U-P, it just started narrowing down those notes, and they'd pop up on the screen until
Hmm.
you finished your phrase, and then it showed you all those results there. So it's super fast, and so I would say probably Remarkable's better, only because another reason is I quit using Book Search because of what Jay is working on right now. Book Search takes so long, it's crazy, but
Yeah,
it is accurate once you get it.
Yep.
it does. It's super
Okay.
slow.
So the hack that I found in the Supernote software is that uh, the file format that they use will let you put handwriting recognition data into the file, even if it's not a real time recognition file. So if you write a standard note, when you're done, you save it, and then you can have like basically something that's like attached to the private cloud software. Pick up the standard note, send it to like a third party recognition system. So like you know basically any like uh, you know like AI software like Google. You could do it with Google Gemini. You can do it with Claude. You can do it with basically anything. So you send it out to that, and then it will do the recognition for you. Return the text, and then you can actually take the text and put it into like a hidden part of the standard note file format. And even though like there's you go back into the standard note, there's no thing to actually look at the text that's in there, right? um it doesn't matter, it will still come back in search results, which is kind of interesting. It's like they left the code in there even though like theoretically standard notes don't get text recognition. um so that's been really nice because that lets you write whatever you want and make sure that that you're going to have good handwriting quality recognition, and still be able to and be able to get really good search results out of that. So, but
Cool.
I haven't
Interesting.
finished looking at Viwoods yet, or Wewoods I should say. uh I've been one of the things I found is that you can get Claude and other things to be able to basically break down the software on on an Android device and tell you exactly what it's doing in the background, which is really nice. Um, and that makes a lot of things a lot easier. Like it helped me figure out how to get this, you know, get this handwriting recognition working correctly, and a bunch of other really cool tricks. Honestly, like I plan to have a whole bunch of stuff coming out pretty soon based on the same system that I use to put all this together. So, but yeah, I wanted to get you guys. I wanted to get you guys the software so you can install it on your own devices and see how it works for you.
Okay.
So Jay, my audio kicked out a little bit when Aaron I think was asking the same question, but is it just an APK? Do you package it as an APK file and then install it? Or?
Yep. It just cool. Gets installed from there. Yeah. Like I have to do some stuff to like configure the GitHub repository to to get basically to like create software releases so that it's even easier then to install it. So that I can basically do that, tonight. That's not going to take very long. So,
very cool.
But I'm curious.
Very cool.
Yeah, I'm curious what you guys' feedback is on it because I feel like it's got a lot of potential.
Oh, I'll sign up as a beta tester, definitely.
Yeah,
cool.
Yeah. I'm excited to check it out. I don't know what I'm doing, so you got to send me some directions.
Oh, you won't need to know. It'll be fine. Literally.
Okay.
What are the Boox devices you have right now, Aaron?
So I have the 10.3, the Note Air 4C, and the Go 7.
Oh, okay.
I'm waiting on the Lumi. So.
Oh, you are? Okay.
Yeah.
Nice. Yeah, man. I can't. I like this already, but I can't say enough good things about the Lumi. It's so good.
I'm glad you guys are both on. I want y'all to tell us about y'all experience.
Dude, I love it so much.
Jay, I have to tell you. So I posted the video and I made that bold claim, and I'm reading on Reddit. I'm reading people are posting on Kit's wall and stuff saying, "Hey, David's made bold claims about this thing." And I'm sitting there, I'm going back and I'm writing on this device, and I'm like saying, "All right, do I really feel good about what I said?" And I'm like, "Yes, I do. I feel good about it."
Yeah.
But I was so much waiting on you to get your Lumi to see what you said about it. That's why I kept hassling you in the Discord, saying, "Okay, Jay, open the box, tell us what you think." So.
No, that's good. I'm glad we can do this sort of like third-party validation of each other's judgments. Yeah. Aaron, I'm really looking forward to hearing from you after you get yours. I want to see what you say about like how good the technology in this thing is, because like it is just like, honestly, there are ways when I use it where I'm like, I don't know, like this might actually be better than EMR in some way I can't really like quantify. Like it works.
Yeah.
It works so well. Like it's crazy how well it works. And like, so this is, the other thing is this is like a random fun detail, but it turns out that like the Go 10.3 like original Go 10.3 cases fit it just fine. So like I can do this and put this on here and like, works great. But yeah, like the writing feel on it is just fantastic. Like, I don't know about you, David. The only thing, if I was going to say anything bad about it that I could try to come up with, the only thing I could say is that writing with this pen, it feels like the pen is like a little bit too thick. Like I feel like sometimes I feel like my fingers get tired, but I that might just be something like I have to get used to. Hey, She-Ink.
Yeah. So two things. I didn't think that it felt too thick. I think it feels too slippery. So, and not the tip, not anything like that. I think that the shaft, it feels like when I'm writing and I'm pressing down on the screen, it feels like the pen is slipping up through my hand, and I'm having to grip it a little bit tighter to keep it from slipping a little bit. So I get fatigue, and I've done a lot of writing over the last 3 or 4 days now. I get a little bit of fatigue just because I'm constantly having to adjust that because it's slipping through my hands. I thought about maybe if I could get some, I don't know, something to make this a little less slippery, because otherwise this pen it's 100%. I was telling Aaron before you joined our live here, before we went live, I was telling Aaron I was writing on the Note Air 5C because I'm going back to work tomorrow after 4 days off. I was writing on the Note Air 5C and the Go 10.3 Lumi and trying to decide which one do I want to take to work tomorrow, which is going to be the Lumi anyway, because I need to try it out. But I like the writing on the Lumi better than the Note Air 5C.
I'm the same way, man.
It's not only how it feels, and I said this in the Discord also. It's not only how it feels; it's a combination of three things. How it feels is excellent. How it looks, the precision is excellent, and then how it sounds. The sound, the combination of those three things.
Underrated.
The sound adds it adds a ton to the writing experience. The sound is underrated.
Yeah. Absolutely. It's got I wonder if you guys can hear it if I just start writing on it now. Like, let's see. Come on, you can do it. There we go. And yeah. So like, I don't know if this is going to get picked up, but like.
Oh, I get
it. Okay. So like, it's got this awesome like pencil on paper sound almost.
Yes.
And I think the writing feel is very, very close to that. Like it's crazy how good it is.
Jay, I'll tell you what I thought about. You know what I thought about doing? I was thinking about this in the middle of the night last night. I woke up and I had this on the nightstand next to me, and I didn't pick it up or do anything with it. But I was thinking about the sound, and I was almost like, I wonder if they have some kind of software in this thing that when I'm writing on this, the sound is coming from the speakers. And I haven't tested that yet. But the sound is such an integral part. I don't think it is either. I was just kidding about that, but. It did cross my mind because the sound is such. You know how in some of these cars they you don't really have a muffler system. They have the mufflers coming through the sound of the sound system, so you really think you got a sports car that you're driving.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
and I see where Christina mentioned sandpaper. I've thought about that, Christina. I'm not sure if I'm brave enough to do it, but I might have to because I certainly couldn't put any kind of wrap around it. I've got one of those Apple Pencil sleeves that you can put on there, and actually it fits really well, and you can press the button and it still does magnetically attach to the side of the device, but I can't I can't figure out where the button's at, so it's not working out for me. So
just cut out a little piece in it.
I could. Well, and I also said in the last video that I did, I looked for the Boox logo on it, and that's where the button's at. So I guess I could still do that, but it's an idea. I don't know.
That's a good idea, Javi. Like trying the fuse,
the Apple grip.
Yeah, with the opening in it to hit the pen, to hit the button. That's a good idea.
So is it kind of slippery? Like the Kindle Scribe Colorsoft, that white pen, I don't like it. It's slippery. Is it kind of like that?
Oh, really?
Yeah. It's similar. Yeah, it's similar. It's not bad. It's not anything. And Jay, I don't know what your thoughts are about it. It's not bad slippery. It's just that after writing for a little while, I just noticed that I'm having to regrip the pen a little bit. And and I think about that Remarkable pen that's so good. It's got that texture on it. And, there's some others that have that. And gosh, that Lamy AL Star, Aaron, that you turned me on to is my favorite, but it won't work on my new Lumi. So, yeah.
I'm hoping Lamy actually makes some active pens or capacity, or what is it, the USI? Because I know they make the Apple Pen, then they make, of course, one for regular EMR. So hopefully they'll dabble into the new ones.
I was worried that there was going to be something that was too special about this from like a hardware perspective, where it's like, oh, like no, this just like is too good at like it's too fast for reporting and whatever, like and nobody else is going to make a pen like this. But no, like this one, and hang on, no, that's not it. This one. No, that's my Firewoods. I have one other. So, well, I got two others. So this one, the original InkSense, the Musnap pen. So the thing about Musnap is, they have a pen that they sell on Amazon. That is, it looks a lot like this, but it has no magnets. So I've seen a couple of people say that like, oh, like the InkSense Plus is too heavy for me. The Must Snap pen is significantly lighter, and I actually think it writes better. And it has like the tip on it is like it's a bit harder, and like it doesn't. The one thing I don't like about the InkSense Plus is that this tip eventually, the thing it likes to do is break, and like the tip of the tip basically will go sideways, and then after that it's like it's a real like pain in the neck to write with. And the reason I know that is because I use it on my Palma 2 Pro all the time.
Jay, did you get any additional tips with yours?
I did.
I must have
One.
thrown mine away. You got one extra?
Exactly one. That's it.
Yeah, I must have lost mine. I unboxed it on camera, so it's probably laying around here somewhere.
The reason, like, so the fact that it turned out that this and the combination of that with this pen turned out to be so good is just making me want Rod like to come out with a ceramic tip for this thing even more. Because that's going to be amazing. I really think that's going to be incredible on the screen.
So what do you know about active stylus? So Jay, you're going to be our expert on this call because I don't know anything about it. Is there anything special about that tip and how it? I mean, the material it's made out of. That
I don't think
know.
so. I mean, there are EMR tips that are made of the same stuff. They're like smaller and thinner. But like the tips are, with the exception of like, I think the fact that this is thicker than EMR usually is part of what makes the difference. But like Rod hates like felt tips, right? And like I think these are just felt. I think these are actually like crushed, and then like I think they do something to like glue it together. It's almost like a fiberglass composite type thing. So it has really nice like scratchiness and whatever, but then they break, and that's the thing that's just like, oh god,
So Robert said that he got 5 extra nibs with his Lumi.
Yeah.
Oh.
So, I need to go look through my box again because I didn't
Yeah,
get
me
any.
too. Thanks, Robert. I got to go check. So Aaron, when does yours get to your house?
I have no clue. I was told that it would be here between the end of March and beginning of April.
Oh,
So I'm waiting on an
well.
email.
It's like
Okay.
Tuesday night.
Yeah.
Oh, did you order direct from Onyx?
I didn't order direct from Onyx. Onyx is nice enough to send me one.
Oh,
So
well,
yeah,
that's delightful for you. I love that.
it
Okay.
is. I shot my shot and they said yes. I was like,
Yeah.
oh, okay.
Fantastic.
But I'm
Okay.
actually glad that the Lumi got into the hands of, not glad, but I'm liking the response of just regular users on Reddit, on YouTube, different comments. People are just excited about having the Lumi, and that's cool to see.
Yeah.
Just the excitement.
I was really thinking like a lot of people were just going to be like complaining about, quote, how terrible it was, unquote. But instead, that Reddit post I posted is almost entirely people just being like, wow, yeah, this thing has really surprised me too. Like, I can't believe how good it is. And yeah. But I'm okay.
I was just about to ask Robert to post in the chat what he thought about the writing, but I just see where he did. He said, yes, I really like it. The writing is fantastic. So
okay.
There's 3 opinions.
Okay.
Jay, you remember that 7.5 or 7.8 inch tablet that Boox came out with that only released in China?
You mean
It was
the black and white version of the Tab Mini C?
I guess so. Yeah.
Okay.
It had a front light. It had the InkSense stylus.
Oh no.
So
Mm-mm.
yeah, they had one.
No, you're talking about the Note 5. Wait, the Note X5 Mini.
Whatever it looked like, it looked like a mini 10.3 or something. I think that's the tablet that they tried this new tech on, because every video I saw about that tablet, everybody said the writing was awesome.
Yep. I think that's what they tried.
We need that tablet here.
Yes, I think they. I think that's what that's what they tried it with, and it's interesting because that device actually has the exact same, other than the size of the screen,
Hmm.
it has the exact same hardware as this. It's
Yeah.
like the same CPU, same everything. Um, so there's no reason I don't think that they could, that they couldn't come out with that here. However, because this is what happens when you start decompiling Boox firmware. This is I have learned by looking at like literally like software manifests in the Boox firmware. We are in for a Note Mini C, uh, a Note Max Gen 2, and then like three new. So in the US anyway, we used to have the Poke, which was like it was a budget Onyx e-reader, and then the Go 6 theoretically replaced the Poke series, and now and then like the Leaf series was like the Chinese market e-readers, and the Leafs are basically like the Go 7 and the Go Color 7 Gen 2. Um, but now there's three Poke models listed in the Onyx firmware.
Hmm.
So like including something called, and this I think this is very interesting, the Poke 7 Pro, which makes me think that that's going to have the same pen technology as this. And if they make it like if first of all, if it's going to be U.S. market and they make it the same pen technology as this, and it's black and white and front lit, I am going to be all over that. um, we're going to see what it actually ends up being, and maybe the Note Mini C turns out to be better. I don't know. Like I don't necessarily mostly I end up looking at color as a downside instead of an upside because like I would rather have the contrast from black and white, and I would rather have like the you know just the brighter screen in general, and like color doesn't really do much for me. Um, but like if the Note Mini C turns out to be really good, okay, fine. And I bet a lot of their stuff, now that they've gotten such a good response about this pen on this device, I bet a lot of their stuff is going to start moving that direction. So
Hmm.
that's going to create more of a market for like third party nibs too, which I got my fingers crossed for that. So, but
Yeah, I'm excited to get my hands on the Lumi. Dave, will you be buying the regular, just black and white version of the new 10.3?
No, I'm going to skip that one. I'm not going to, I think it's going to be no gap on the screen. That's basically going to be the difference.
Hmm.
So I don't have any interest in that.
I know a lot of people get like very bent out of shape about the screen gap, and I'm just kind of like, I'm sorry, I can't bring myself to care. Like, I just
Yeah.
can't. I would
Yeah.
rather have the light. I really would.
I really don't care about that. And then
Yeah.
I've been following and reading some stuff on Reddit where some people think that the light is a layer on top of the screen and it makes it less clear. But
I don't know if I buy that. I mean, there is like a glass, I think, a glass layer that serves as like a light guide. So like the LEDs on the side of the screen, right? Oh, hey, Mitchell. The LEDs on the side of the screen that light the screen up go through that glass layer, but that just means that
yeah,
the glass is thicker. Like, unless there's something wrong with the glass, like your image is
yeah, you
fine.
should,
It's
should be
okay.
should be the same image. Hey, I see Airline Mac there. Hey, how you doing?
We got Airline Mac. We got well, Sheen's still here, and then we
Yep,
got
Mitchell
Mitchell's.
Mitchell joined. Mitchell
Yeah,
joined.
Yeah,
Yep.
Mitchell's here.
awesome. Um, I was just telling Mitchell earlier. So I have a what do you call it? I have a broken Palma 2 Pro. So it's basically fine. Like even the e-ink screen, the e-ink layer of the screen is fine, but the outside cover glass is busted. Um,
Yeah.
which this is the only time that I've ever broken an e-ink device, and the way that I did it was extremely stupid. Like it was entirely my fault. I somehow like it was somehow it was on the passenger seat of my truck. I don't know how I did that exactly. And then I got out of my truck, and then something happened, and I basically backflipped it off of the seat and onto like my dad's concrete driveway face down. So like,
Oh.
yeah, it broke. Right. So because I'm an idiot, which okay, fair, but like, so then but my thinking is like, well, if anybody wants to, start doing Boox software development, well, this would be a good device to start doing it with. So I just checked in with Mitchell, be like, hey, do you have any interest in that? But Mitchell's got his hands full, basically being, the like
Remarkable development.
Yeah, chief engineer of Remarkable Labs. So,
Yes.
This Supernote update, do you guys know what that's about? I haven't had time to check it out because I haven't really been home until later on.
I think,
But I saw they got some community plugins now.
yeah. So I haven't looked at this yet, but I'm very excited to do that. So let me look at what because Ed posted this earlier today.
Yeah, I played around with it earlier. It's, it looks like it's a pretty good thing where users can share stuff like stickers and even digest and stuff like that. It looks like it's a good idea. It's there's not a lot there yet. When you go in and you look and see what's been shared, there's not a ton. You can even share drawings and all sorts of stuff. It's pretty cool. I did download. Somebody put a shape sticker pack in there, and I did download that, but I haven't checked anything else out yet.
That's handy.
Yeah, it is. It is.
So,
since
like,
they
how
don't have
does
a
it
shape
work?
tool, you can. Oh, go ahead.
Oh, I'm sorry. Like, let's say if I'm an artist and I make a sticker pack, how does that work for as protecting that person's intellectual property or something like that? Or do you just give up those rights once you load them?
I think there's actually licensing info that you can include. That's a good question, but I think they thought of that. I think, let me see, because Ed has a link, has a picture here. He goes, I love this. If you know, you know. What he's talking about is, so cancel upload, right? This is the thing. So Ed posted this morning at, what was it, 10:29, and so category sticker, right? You can write some stuff about what it is that you're uploading, and then you can pick from all these different licenses. So you can pick what they call standard income license, which I guess there's probably some information about what that is on Supernote's website, on the the Supernote website. And then you have other ones. So you have a couple of different terms for like Creative Commons, MIT license, and a bunch of other things. And you can look up what all those do and what they're about. They're all various kinds of like usage allowance, right? So yeah, they did think of that though, which is good.
Cool.
Yeah. So yeah, I think this has got a lot of potential. I'm excited to take a look at that later. I haven't gotten a chance to yet, but
Dave,
but
have
David,
you checked it out?
Yeah, I did. I've got it inside. I did the beta update, and I've got it installed. I did check it out.
What is the digest part of it? What can you do with the digest with these community plugins? I was wondering about that.
I am assuming, and I didn't look at the digest that much, but my assumption on the digest is that if you've created some kind of a digest collection of, I don't know, just say quotes, for example, and that you wanted to share that with somebody, or that you wanted to post it out there, that, you've got all these quotes along these whatever topic, that you could share that as part of this community if you wanted to. I may be totally wrong, but that's my impression.
Okay.
The thing that got me actually really thinking earlier was, so David, I don't remember how it was you posted this. You posted something about how you started using digests as a to-do list, right? Could you remind me how that works?
Yeah, so what I do is so it was on my video where I'm using Supernote handwritten notes to prepare for a meeting. Then I use Claude Note Pro to get an AI summary of the meetings. I combine those into one note, and then sometimes, depending on the meeting and how long it is, I may have 4 or 5 pages in a summary just because there's so much to summarize. And then I'll go in and I'll take those items that are action items, and I just put them into the digest. And so I've got my digest. I've got a 1 through 9 folder system that matches that every single device that I've got has those 1 through 9 folder systems and then subfolders in each one of them. And I've got the digest numbered that same way, 1 through 9. So I'll take action items out of those AI notes that are text notes. I'll create a digest entry. It'll go into that specific folder, that numbered folder. And then those are things, so I don't have to go and retype a to do. I don't have to lose the context of the to do. For example, if you use the Supernote to do, you get just a little short window of what you can see as far as text. But sometimes
Yeah.
I need a paragraph because AI summarized
Yep.
the paragraph as my action item. So I go ahead and I capture that entire paragraph, send it over to the digest, and then when I want to go back and I want to reference and see what action, I'm only using the digest as a to-do list. I'm not. I do have other folders that I put other stuff in, but those are 1 through 9 folders. They're only for to-do list, and I just go in there. I can reference it, and then when I'm done with it, I just delete it because it's still in my notes.
Yeah. So that's really interesting. So you got me thinking when I heard you talking about how you can use digest as to-do lists, and I was like, I bet. So like the software that I did that does the text search for Supernote also, what do you call it? It basically makes it so that the to-do list in Supernote can be seen by and interacted with by other to-do software. So like applications
Cool.
yeah, so like applications like Todoist or whatever, right? Like anything that can talk to a CalDAV server for tracking to-dos. So made it basically gave like a software interface to that so that you can access the Supernote to-dos without the partner app and without the the device itself. And then you start talking about how you're using basically digests to add all of this metadata to to-dos. So like the thing about to-dos on Supernote is that they built, this is another case of like a company building out the software in such a way that like this was a complete or roughly complete implementation, but then they only showed you like this much of it. But like the complete thing is still there in the background. You just can't see it, right? Which is like, why? But so like on Supernote, the to-dos also have fields in them for like description and recurrence. You could theoretically have them recur where like you check it off and then it pops up again in a week or whatever it is.
Yeah.
There's all kinds of other things in there, right? But they're not active. They're like not doing anything. And I was like, okay, but so yeah. So what David's talking about, I was like, oh, okay. So like there's probably ways because I already know how to manipulate digests, right? So could I just expose the digests as another to-do like calendar, as another to-do list to make it so that to-do software can interact with the digest and then the digest side of it shows more, right? Because you're putting descriptions in or whatever it is with your like 1 through 9 categories. You can still expose that. You can expose all that extra stuff as a to-do if you hook the back end of the to-do server correctly. So there's a lot of potential there. The fact that it's crazy to me that Rada gave us like all of this stuff. They're just like, here, like this is what we do on the back end to make Supernote work. And it's just like that's a huge like gesture of goodwill in terms of like user privacy and a bunch of other stuff. And so now it just makes me want to figure out, okay, how can we like supercharge that? Because I know there's got to be a way. So I don't know, it's really exciting.
Because it would be great to get that stuff into. I use Microsoft to do, and I don't know if that uses, what you were talking about, CalDAV. I don't know if that's compatible with that or whatever. But
I think you can get it to do it in the background. Yes.
Yeah, but it would be great if I could have that compatible with Microsoft to do, because that's what I have to use at work. I have shared to-do lists with some of my team and stuff, and it would be great to get that in there. But yeah, if you get that worked out, I'm very eager to try it.
I kind of love Mitchell talking on the side here about wrote an extension today that allows programmatic access to the remarkable document library. Basically, letting you do whatever you want with your own remarkable documents. Um, and so, like, I, I'm I have to catch up with Mitchell about that later because that sounds fun. Um, but so, like, all the stuff that we talked about so far, um, who's been conspicuously silent is Dominique, who I haven't actually even gotten to talk to yet. So, like, I want to know what she thinks about all this and like what she might find useful.
Dominique can't even hear y'all. She's over there
Oh
working on a
no!
book.
Oh
Because if
Oh
I had
man,
to,
no!
if I had the speakers on, it'll
yeah.
echo. So I had to use
Hey,
Oh
my
yeah.
Aaron,
AirPods.
Aaron,
Hmm?
Aaron. I don't mean any offense to you, but if I'm going to be live with anybody, I would choose Dominique.
I know,
Yeah.
I know,
I'm sorry, man. She's much prettier than you. I'm sorry.
Just
I
kidding.
know.
Just kidding. Just kidding.
I think people come to see Dominique and the puppy, and I'm just a byproduct of all of that.
You know.
No, that's not true. I'm just joking, Aaron. Love both you guys.
But yeah, there's Oh, that's a good question actually that Hobby just raised because I've never
Oh yeah.
I've only
So
laid hands I've only laid hands on one Big Me ever, and it was the S6 Plus, and it was terrible. So please,
so the Big Me B10. Let me 30 seconds on this. So Javier, that's a great question. As Jay said, does it feel the same as the Go 10.3? No, it does not. The 10.3 is absolutely fantastic. As you know, you've got one. The Big Me B10 is worse than the Boox Go Color 7
Oh wow.
with
no.
the with the
Oh
with
yeah,
the
it
ink
is.
sense. It is bad. It is really bad from a writing standpoint. But I really think it's a software issue. And here's why I say that. I can go into their calendar app and I can write in the calendar app and it's perfectly acceptable. I could write on that and I'd be okay. It's like a Palma 2 Pro when you go into the calendar app. But when
Which
you
like
get
okay,
into their notes app, it's not good.
Mm.
wow. And like the
Yeah. So
B7 Pro is also like about the same as the Palma 2 Pro, right?
the B7 Pro is really good. I mean, as you say, the Palma 2 Pro is good. It's on par with the Palma 2 Pro. The B7 Pro, I enjoy writing on. I would actually say that the B7 Pro is probably the best 7-inch device out there. Only because the writing feel is really good.
Yeah.
And I mean, God, the thing is just so packed. It's got a really power. It's got that Dimensity 1080 processor, so it's
That's a
really
sick,
fast. It's
sick
got
device.
cellular built in. It's got camera. I mean, it's a well specced out device with
Yeah.
with a good writing experience.
Mm-hmm.
And
Maybe it
they can
just came
fix
out.
the B10 Pro. They can fix the B10 Pro. I'm convinced of it. Not the
Yeah.
B10 Pro. It's just the B10. They can fix the B10. I'm convinced it's only a software issue.
Yeah. Javi, I completely agree with that. Like about if they get their software in order. The problem is they seem to be incapable of getting their software in order. Like I want to give like I want to give this community like a month of just being in charge of Big Me.
Yeah,
And just being like,
yeah,
just get it together, boys. Like, come on, like,
yeah,
uh, because like I feel like they've got so much potential with it when like they don't mind like getting in and like figuring out how to use new kinds of hardware that like nobody else uses, and like that's great. Honestly, like in this market, you can both like add a lot of value because a lot of times that other hardware is cheaper and you can still get like really good performance out of it and like do really cool things with it, but like
yeah.
they just don't. I don't know why they just don't seem to be able to like get their act together in software.
And I'll say on the B10, if you want an e-ink Android tablet, that thing rocks. If you don't really care about the writing as it is right
Mhm.
now in the Notes app, that is an awesome Android tablet. Awesome Android tablet. Great screen, super
Hmm.
fast. It's a great tablet. It's just not the best writing experience in the Notes app.
Aaron, did you ever get your hands on one of those Big Me's?
No, I didn't because Dave said the writing sucked, and I like to write on my tablets a lot, so I
In
didn't bother by getting it.
He's not wrong. Yeah. um the S6 Plus I had from like I think that machine was like 2023 or end of 2022. I don't know. Um, that like uh, it had good writing. It was EMR, It had good writing, but like the software was super, super buggy. Stuff was constantly crashing. It never really worked right, and couldn't like it couldn't do anything with any of the like corporate resources that I had to be able to connect to. So it was just kind of like, okay, this is goofy. Like, why am I going to continue to try to use this? But yeah, actually, so I wanted to make sure I told you guys about this. So I found on eBay a device that you almost never see in the United States, which is from a company called HiRead. So they are a Taiwanese manufacturer, so not Chinese technically. I mean, unless you ask China, in which case yes, but that's a whole political thing that we're not going to get into. But so but they make stuff. They've been making e-readers for and writing tablets for a very long time, and like outside of the Western market, like HiRead is extremely well respected. Like they build really good stuff. And I found one of their older pieces of equipment that's like a 7.8-inch black and white Android 11. So like Tab Mini C era, what else? Like Tab X era, right? Machine. But I keep hearing really good things about like how well designed their software is. So I found this thing on eBay at like deep discount. It was like 50% off, and I was like, okay, you know what? Like, I'm never going to see a deal like this again. It was under $200, right, for 64 gigs of storage, octa-core processor, like usual, yeah. So I'm really looking forward to cracking into that because I actually tried to, like, I commented on, like, HiRead has a YouTube channel. They barely use it, and like I posted on one of their videos, and I was like, hey, I don't think I'm alone in like being really interested in like trying to get you guys into the Western market. Like let's find a way to like, get you guys to be able to sell in the United States. And they were like, please email our contact email to discuss more. And I was like, okay. I emailed them. I never heard back, but I think they build really, really good stuff. Like really good stuff. Like iFly tech quality without any of the like weird, sketchy nonsense. And like, yeah, like I really want to see what they're all about. And admittedly, this is an older device, and the last time, so they have something called like the Gaze Pro X something that good e-reader, may Allah forgive me for uttering this word, had like a review about, God, what was it, like 6 months ago, something like that, and that looked really good. But it was on sale for like on eBay by Good e-reader for like a month, and then it disappeared, so I couldn't grab it. And they wanted like some insane amount of money for it because importing anything from HiRead is incredibly expensive, usually.
Wow.
Hey there, Pete. Where can I find the search app? So I'm going to give Aaron info about how to download the app, and we'll try and see if we can get it out to everybody. Aaron, maybe you can make like a text post out of that,
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
I can take care of that.
All right, sweet. So I have some additional polish I want to do to it before I release it, but I'm going to release it tonight. So you guys will be able to check it out. But yeah, I'll let you guys know about what happens with that HiRead device. I think it's going to be interesting. So
very cool.
So Dave, what's like the number one thing that, because you get so much stuff, like what's the number one thing that you're most excited about right now?
What, upcoming or
even that you just like you have in your hands and you're like, oh wow, this is game changing.
Oh, so I'm a shiny new toy guy. So right now it's the Lumi.
Okay, fair.
Yeah. I do have another Kickstarter device that's gonna be, I think I'm getting it on Wednesday, and looking forward to. I can't say anything about it or post anything about it until they do the Kickstarter campaign, but it is going to be something similar to. I guess it'll be something sort of like the iFlyTech or the TCL Note A1. It's going to be it's going to be AI driven as well. It's going to be a combination of handwritten notes and AI summaries and those types of things. So I'm really and I believe it's going to be a notes focused device, and it may be a notes only device. I really don't know yet. I haven't seen the software yet. So
okay,
but right now it's going to be in the feedback phase. So what they're doing is they're just asking for just feedback on it. What do you like, what you don't like, and those types of things. And I don't even know when the Kickstarter is going to be, but they said please don't post anything about it until Kickstarter.
Okay, that's later this week.
I get the device on Wednesday. Yeah.
Okay.
According to the shipping, the tracking info. So.
Okay. Awesome. That sounds very interesting. Is it from anybody we know? Put it that way.
No.
Oh. Okay. So brand new entrant to the market. Okay.
Yep.
Fair enough.
Well, I'm excited about something that's not new, but it's new to me.
Okay.
It's more the design than the tablet, but I really wanted this Crystal Nomad.
Yeah.
I got the Crystal Nomad. So I'm ready to do some reviews on just using the Manta and the Nomad. So I'm going to use both of those for a month and see how that works.
Okay.
I want
Sweet.
the Crystal Nomad. I want it bad, but
yeah,
we'll see. Hey,
I just
so
oh, sorry. Go ahead.
I was going to say in the chat, Al Farsi 93 said, which device has the best notes app?
I mean, it depends on notes for what.
Yeah.
I could make an argument. About a lot of guys. I could make an argument that, that Boox does. I could make an argument that Supernote does. I could even, believe it or not, which make sure everybody's sitting down. I could make an argument that Remarkable does, and that's coming out of my mouth, which geez, wow. So but
I think it depends on what you need to do. But I think when it comes to the best notes app, when you look at Supernote or Boox, I wouldn't pick one. I think they're both great. I don't think there's honestly, I think with those two, they're on par at the same level.
They're just so packed with features, and they have a few differences and strengths and weaknesses or whatever compared to each other, but they're the two leaders. Absolutely the two leaders.
I'll tell you
now, if you get a remarkable and you've installed all the stuff that Mitchell's written for it, now we're talking about different. We're in a different ball field now.
That's exactly right. Yes. If I had a Remarkable, and I was able to leverage everything that Mitchell's put together. I would come to Mitchell and be like, hey, talk to me about your tool chain. Talk to me about how you put together all this stuff. And one of the things that I think I would build really quickly that would make me really excited is something that Onyx just did with the 4.2 beta for the Note Air 5C, which is, so they really kind of evolved the calendar memo app, right? Mm-hmm. Where now you got a lot of extra stuff in there that's really cool. You've got this to-do system in addition to calendar events, and it can talk kind of like ViWoods to WeWoods. Sorry, I'm going to get it right eventually. To Google and to a couple other services, but importantly for me, it can also talk to WebDAV. So what is that? That's basically open source, like Google, Microsoft services, etc. It lets you run your own services. So WebDAV, CalDAV, CardDAV, all those services. That's all industry standard open source stuff for doing contacts and calendar and email and file sharing and whatever, right? So Onyx is including that in this new calendar memo software. So I'm excited about that. In fact, I submitted them a bug report because it's currently broken. I mean, it's beta, whatever, right? But that's going to happen eventually. So, but I submitted them a bug report being like, hey, this isn't working with my web dev server. And then eventually we figured it out. Yeah, like they're like, oh, we already know, thank you for reporting that. And I was like, okay, good. So, but the cool thing about that is that now Boox can do the same thing Supernote does, where in any note you can pick something, you can lasso it, and now there's going to be an option for make this a calendar event or make it a to-do. That's game changing for me. That's like the reason I wrote rectangular file originally. Was like I want the ability to be able to do that, and like I set it up where it's like, oh, you have to highlight it, and then like the system goes and looks for something that's highlighted and makes it into a to-do. But I don't need any of that anymore. Like they made rectangular file obsolete, which God bless them, fantastic, awesome, right? So that's really interesting. Okay, so Mitchell and I are gonna have to sync after this call. But with RM Fake Cloud having web dev support, that's awesome. But yeah, so that's great because now any note I can do that with, and when it makes the to-do or makes the calendar item, it also has a link back to the note. So I go into the to-do and I'm like, oh, what was this about? All I got to do is click a button, and now I can see the note. Fantastic. And it makes me super happy. Yeah. And it was something I asked them for like a year and a half ago, and they were like, we'll work on that. And now here it is. So very cool.
That's cool. That's cool, man. Dave, you have to wake up early.
I know.
I do.
I have to wake up early too.
Yeah, I do not have to wake up early, so I just keep going. But yeah, Aaron, you are welcome to shut me up whenever you need to, man.
No, this is good stuff. I've been wanting to get you guys on. I got to get Mitchell on too, and let you guys talk about all this stuff that we discuss in Discord that I don't understand, but I take notes because I want to learn how to do it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mitchell, I'd love to see Mitchell demonstrate how to integrate all this or how to install all this stuff, because I've gone in and I've tried to do some of it and I haven't been successful. Aaron, I'm like you. I probably don't have the technical expertise to be able to do all this. When you get into the command line, or I don't even know how to talk about.
Never as bad as you think. It's never as bad as you think.
It's probably easier than what I'm thinking about, but I still haven't got anything working yet, and it's. I would love to see Mitchell demonstrate that stuff so I could just follow along.
For sure. But
yeah. I want to thank you guys for coming on, man.
Yeah,
short notice too.
Yeah,
I was telling Dominique, I picked the wrong day to experiment. So I'm not using my regular setup. I'm using the MacBook Neo, a new camera. I had new mics, and I was like, oh, let me figure this out. But it worked pretty good, so I'm excited about it.
Yeah, see what Mitchell just said. Cool. You don't even need the command line anymore. You don't need everything is automated. Everything is automated now. Honestly, like that, the whole setup that he put together with Remanager and like a bunch of other stuff, like that has me like actually kind of like, if I see a Remarkable on deep discount somewhere, I might consider getting it. I might consider it. We'll see. But yeah, just because like the development community for it now, between Mitchell and a bunch of other folks, honestly, is like it's incredibly vibrant, and it was really bad for a while. Like when the Remarkable 2, I'm sorry, I'll let both of you guys go to bed. But like when the Remarkable 2, was like the mainstay of the product. There was a long time there where like there was a lot of development happening, a lot of people really excited about, oh, look at all this cool stuff you can do in the background, and like add, all kinds of other software. And then there was a hard break with one version of the software. I think it was the 3.0 software. And after that, a bunch of that stuff didn't work anymore. And that the entire project just kind of like fell apart. Like the whole like third-party development project fell apart. And then people started to figure out, oh, there's this sort of like other way to write software for these things. And a couple of people started taking advantage of it. And then Mitchell and a few other folks started running with it. And now it's like really starting to get exciting again. Like there's a lot of really cool stuff happening. And like, it's hard not to want to be a part of that. It's really cool.
Aaron, book Mitchell. Book Mitchell. We need him on your
Yes.
show.
Gotta happen.
Yeah, I'll set it up. I'll try to set up this weekend if he's available. All you two guys available? We'll
Yeah.
hop on and we will talk some more e-ink.
Sweet.
Yeah, sounds good to me.
I'm just cut my stream on. I'm gonna turn my camera off and take notes.
I'm
I
going to
think
follow
you
along.
should stay on your own show. I'm just saying.
Well, Jay and Dave, thank you guys for coming on. Jay,
Yeah.
I'm still waiting on you to start your YouTube channel. And
I
Dave,
mean, we'll get there eventually.
keep putting up. Yeah, I know, but you need to start your channel. And Dave, we're enjoying the video, so I can't wait to see some more content you put out there.
Well, thank you, sir. Thanks for having me.
Yes, sir. And thank
All right.
all y'all for checking us out. And we will see you guys later on this week.
All right. Thanks, gentlemen.
All right.
Bye,
Yes, sir.
everyone.
All right. Bye-bye.